Hello, folks. Before I get to the video that was supposed to be published yesterday, which I got the chance to do that, this video was recorded last night. So I am currently watching second round of the NBA draft. So expect me to do a video of second round of the NBA draft. So enjoy your day, and hopefully you're watching the second round of the NBA draft. Without further ado, Rico from Wednesday, take it away. Hello, folks. This is Julian Rico. This is a NBA Draft Night One update video. Night One was a spectacular night. Of course, we know currently number one overall pick started off with Cooper Flagg heading to Dallas, Dylan Harper going to San Antonio, VJ Edgecombe to Philadelphia, Con Kneppel to Charlotte, Ace Bailey, who a lot of talk was Ace Bailey slipping apart. Of course, he didn't have participated in any workouts with the team. He's going to Utah, and it's going to be a big question around them and Ace Bailey. Will he be playing Utah, or he has to sit out this season? Trey Johnson from Texas to Washington, D.C. will be joining the Washington Wizards. Jeremiah Fears goes to New Orleans. Egor Deman goes to Brooklyn. Colin Murphy Boyles going to the Toronto Raptors. Kalaman Malachimo from Duke, the center, going to the Phoenix Suns. Of course, is a proposed trade from Houston to the Phoenix Suns. So he will not be going to Houston. He'll be going to the Phoenix Suns. Then another proposed trade with the Portland Trailblazers selecting Cedric Coward from the University of Washington State. He will be going to Memphis as a proposal of the trade. Chicago select Noah Esanoa from Rapidton ULM. Atlanta selects Derek Queen, center from Maryland, but unfortunately it is a proposed trade to the New Orleans Pelicans. Carter Bryant from Arizona lands San Antonio. The Champs select Thomas Sorber from Georgetown. Memphis selects Henson Young from King One, who unfortunately proposed to trade again, going to Portland. Minnesota select John Bergenar, center from Sejawa Olympicana. I'm proposing that's right now. This is a surprise. Walter Clayton Jr. got selected by the Wizards, but it is a proposed trade to Utah. So Walter Clayton will join Ace Bailey to Utah. And that's an interesting thing because Walter Clayton was supposed to be maybe a second rounder or a late first round, but he got into the top 20 and will go to Utah. Nolan Trog from St. Quentin in Paris goes to Brooklyn. Kasparis Jukawansnus, the guard from Illinois, going to Miami. Will Riley from Illinois also going to Utah, but is proposed to trade to Washington. So he will be heading to Washington, D.C. Drake Powell heads to Atlanta, but unfortunately will be proposed to trade to the Brooklyn Nets. New Orleans Pelicans select Asi Newell, forward and center from Georgia, and will be going back to Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta Hawks, part of the proposed trade. So Powell, who played at Georgia, now will stay in his state in Georgia to play with the Atlanta Hawks. Niquel Clifford, from Colorado State, goes from the Champions to the Sacramento Kings as a proposed trade. The Magic select Jace Richardson from Michigan State. Ben Severa from Rufus Uloman goes to Brooklyn. Danny Wolf from Michigan going to Brooklyn as well. Hugo Gonzalez from Spain, who plays in the basketball in Real Madrid, now going to the Boston Celtics. Liam McNeely, forward from UConn, going from Phoenix to the Charlotte Hornets as a proposal of a trade. That, of course, that trade happened with the Mark Williams trade, who will leave from Charlotte to the Phoenix Suns. And finally, Jan Cano Negeshuser from Penn State will be traveling to the West Coast and head to the Los Angeles Clippers. So night one is interesting because we know number one, number two, but then if you go down to Ace Bailey, a lot of people were thinking this would be Ace Bailey to the Wizards, but ended up in the top five. So kind of a surprise there. Another one that I was a bit surprised is this one. Derek Queen going to the New Orleans Pelicans, and he's going to join Zion Williamson, the newest member of the Pelicans, Jordan Poole, and this team. Queen has performed really well with Maryland. Of course, he had a great game winner against Colorado State in the tournament. As I look down, Walter Clayton to Utah. Of course, that's interesting to keep an eye on. Ozzie Newell going back to Atlanta, which is a special one. And then Brooklyn. How about the Nets? They got 5 first-round picks. 5. Let me give you the numbers. They have the 8th pick. They have, the 19th pick. They have the 22nd pick, the 26th, and the 27th pick. The Nets are really busy at night one. The biggest winner, I'll give it to San Antonio. I love the move they bring in Dylan Harper, no surprise. But adding Carter Bryant in the mix, that's a real big-time move for San Antonio. I'll give them the winner there. The loser is Utah, and the reason is they should have got number one pick, but thanks to the lottery, they got the Mavericks. But they draft Ace Bailey, who didn't participate in any of the tryouts, and Utah wasn't his destination list, of course. And, of course, they added Walter Clay, which is good. But the question is going to come to Ace Bailey. Will he be playing in Utah, or is he going to set out the rest of the season? So that's going to be the one I'll be keeping an eye on. And the best pick, listen, I know Cooper Flagg is the best pick, but if I were to look at a real good pick, I'm going to go with the 3rd overall pick in the Philadelphia 76ers, selecting VJ Edgecombe from Baylor. I love this pick for the 76ers. He is going to join Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid, who is going to hopefully be healthy, ready to go for training camp. And this Philadelphia 76ers, with VJ in the team, they could be a big threat in a wide open Eastern Conference. That is it for this video, of course. Hope you stay tuned for round 2 of the NBA draft. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And as always, folks, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news.